A human tragedy is unfolding in Afghanistan with the Taliban taking control of Kabul and much of the country at large. The escape of former President Ashraf Ghani and the mad scramble of thousands of people wanting to escape life under the Taliban are being watched by a stunned world struggling to get answers. But is this any bit surprising? Hello and welcome to New India Junction. I'm Richa Dwivedi and this is The Bottom Line. The world witnessed how Afghanistan proved itself yet again to be the graveyard of empires, with the United States appearing to be its latest victim. Comparisons are being made within the United States and abroad to the humiliating fall of Saigon of 1975, with critics accusing Biden of abandoning women to Taliban savagery. This latest fiasco is proving to be yet another instance of how, despite much myth-making about the US military prowess, much thanks to Hollywood, the US has hardly won any war it entered. As The Economist put it, the Afghanistan war is ending in a crushing defeat, adding to the string with Iraq, Vietnam, Bosnia, Lebanon, and Somalia, which have seen a demoralizing stalemate or a defeat and capitulation of the worst kind. Many of them have seen drawdowns or retreats under democratic precedents, with Joe Biden being the latest one. This raises important questions that need to be considered given the flip in geopolitics once again. What is it with the democratic presidents of the United States and their inability to manage scenarios? Be it Vietnam, Somalia, or Afghanistan, why do they seem to capitulate and run away from the situation they create in the first place? Why, despite the brouhaha over being the world's policeman, does America show incompetence each time with humiliation under these democratic leaders? Many may raise questions about Barack Obama's elimination of Osama bin Laden. But do recall that Daesh came up during his tenure and they had run amok in Iraq and the Levant till a combative Russia partnered with Syria under Bashar al-Assad to push them back decisively in the region. Given the haste shown in escaping Afghanistan and the rather sad pleas to the Taliban by the State Department over international recognition, how trustworthy an ally does the United States remain? The latest abandoning of Afghanistan raises even more questions on the importance of the US for its allies and the message they need to derive. Can the allies and the strategic partners of the United States depend on it for coming to their aid when they need it the most? Can the United States not abandon them by redefining its own national interest, which it did twice with Afghanistan, in 1991 after the Cold War and now in 2021? The answer lies in the grey clearly, and the key lesson to derive here is that countries better figure out ways to protect their own national interests. Another important question that needs to be raised today is about the moral lecturing delivered by supposed upholders of democratic values and religious tolerance. Has anyone noted the eerie silence adopted by a certain class of the Indian elite that otherwise quote various American and global institutions about democracy and human rights in India? Is it the case that their guiding lights lose their voices on the ongoings in Afghanistan of the past 2 decades, and the latest manifestation of this tragedy has blown away the last fig leaf that covered their incompetence? Why is it that these institutions and purveyors of global morality are not questioning the United States with the same vigor and zeal as they would countries like India that do not witness violent transitions of power with their parameters and indicators? In the midst of all this, though, take a moment out and spare a thought for the Afghans who are victims of a humanitarian disaster yet again. America has blood on its hands yet again, reminding us of one of the freedom fighters and head of Khuda-e Khidmatgar, Bacha Khan's famous quote, "You have thrown us to the wolves."